Ahupua of Waikapu. And Waikapu is, of course, located in the larger Moku of Wailuku here on the island of Maui. This Ahupua Waikapu is very special to our people here on Maui. Just above here is the ridge called Kalapa Kailio, which means the ridge of the dog. And that dog was Puapua Lena Lena, a dog from Ni'ihau. Now, if you know what dogs do, right? Dogs can't walk very far without raising their legs, right? And so this dog made his way from Ni'ihau down the island chain to here on Maui, and he hid right there on that ridge, and he watched the people in the back of the valley who had the pu, had the conch shell. And they would blow this conch shell into that cave back there because this mountain range, the E'eka mountain range, is riddled with caves. And the Ali'i who lived in Iao Valley, their genealogy was higher than the sun. And so they couldn't let the sun be above their heads. And so they spent a lot of time in those caves. And that conch shell was important. The name was Kihapu. They would blow the conch shell into the cave system. And the pattern and the tone would allow the Ali'i inside the caves to know when and where to meet. So one of the nicknames of this mountain range is Kahalavai, which is the meeting mountain. Well, Puapua Lena Lena was watching on that ridge there, and then he saw when the caretakers of this conch shell went to sleep, and he went in and stole it and took it to the big island of Hawaii. There's a big long story for that. But if you go to the Bishop Museum, when you walk into the Hawaiian Hall, Kihapu is right there at the beginning of it. But people say, oh, that's such a cute little story, Pu'eo, but why are you talking about a dog? Well, you know, we have place names, like where we're at now, Pu'alina Pau is where we're at right now. But that dog story, I told you dogs can't walk very far without raising their legs, right? And that talks about a type of cloud. Now his name Puapua Lena Lena means the dog that has yellowish fur by his rear side, okay? But it's a mnemonic device for Opua Lena Lena, which is the yellow tinged clouds. That, of course, coming from Ni'ihau down this way, is a form of cloud system and storms that allowed the people to know when they saw this type of cloud gathering around that area in the daytime, perhaps in the early morning time because the caretakers were still sleeping and they could still see the yellowish of the clouds. That's the kind of storm that would cause this water to sound and roar like a conch shell, right? And so how we allow these mo'olelo to inform our sense of place not only gives us a sense of pride and a sense of responsibility, but also allows us to know what to plant here, right? Pu alina pao means furrows that have been scooped away. Tells you that the soil is scoopable, but it talks about the type of cultivation that took place here. Because there wasn't a lot of water in this area of Waikapu, it was, of course, sweet potatoes. But we know that this wind, this gusty wind, right, for these developers in here and landscapers, this gusty wind, now that we know it's gusty, maybe we don't want to plant trees on the wind side of the house, right? Or we want to plant trees that are really steadfast. These are the types of environmental data that are embedded in these place names here that let us know where we're at. Just to the south of us are two other ili. We're in the ili of Pu'alina Pau. Two other ili, Ka'a'a, and then right above that we have Pili Pili. To the west of us we have Pohakuloa, and just above us we have Puhi Awa Awa. And just to the north of us we have Awa Kamanu. And all of these place names are embedded with lots of mana, lots of stories. But I think perhaps the view down here, you can kind of see a sand dune down there. This is important for our local history here on Maui. This is the sand dune system that runs from Pu'uhele, which was a hill down by the Ma'alaya area. It's now a big rubbish pit. But the sand dune ran from here all the way to right there where the cemetery is at. That's Kakanilua. This sand dune down here was called Kamoku Ilima. And this is where the battles took place between Kivala'o Kalani'opu'u and our chief Kahekili. And we gave them dirty lickings. But we also still respect their bones who are still laying in situ down there. Lots of places. The thickest part of our EV fields is just a makai of here between a gulch in the Kakanilua lands over there and this dune system here. And so for our people to be returned to this place, to be able to overlook the bones of our ancestors, or the ancestors of those who, the descendants of those who passed in this area, it's such a kuleana. It is a privilege and it is a responsibility. At this time, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Pueo Pata. I'm a kumu hula here on the island of Maui, and it's my honor to be able to be the MC for you all here today. We hope that this is an enriching experience for everybody involved, and that your mana of fellowship and your mana of aloha is going to be inserted during the groundbreaking ceremony today.